You are a busy working professional mom. You wear all the hats, you do all the things for everyone else in your personal life, in your work. No wonder you're tired, right? But you're watching this video because you want to boost your energy, but in a natural way, right? You don't want to just drink a ton of caffeine. You want to be healthy and keep your body as healthy as possible. So, you might not even believe that it's true that you could boost your energy naturally. You might be thinking, well, this is the season of life that I'm in, and I'm going to have to wait till my kids are older or something along those lines, or until I'm in a different job or whatever factor until my body can feel the way I want it to feel. But I'm here to tell you today that you can have more energy and you can do it in a natural, sustainable way that is really healthy for your body overall. I'm Lori Aikman, and I'm a functional health practitioner helping busy working professional moms boost their energy, lose weight, and balance hormones naturally. First, before we dive in, I'm Lori Aikman. I'm a nurse practitioner turned functional health practitioner. And in my virtual practice, The Vibrant Woman, I help busy working professional moms just like me. I help you get your energy back, help you lose weight, help you balance your hormones in a natural way so that you can live with energy and ease and freedom. All right. So without further ado, let's dive in. I know you're a working, busy professional mom and you don't have a lot of time. So let's get to it. So, tip number one for boosting your energy naturally, I want you to, first thing in the morning, I want you to get up and move your body for 10 minutes. Now, before you like all the resistance comes up and you go like, I don't have time, I can't do that. It's just 10 minutes, right? If we can't carve out 10 minutes, take 10 minutes of scroll time off, right? Put your phone down and move your body for 10 minutes. This can be a walk, this can be dancing. My favorite way to do is yoga. What you're doing is you're helping to regulate your body's circadian rhythm and your normal cortisol pattern, right? So your body should normally, you should wake up and you should have energy in the morning. And then at night, you want to be able to go to sleep and rest. And so getting up and moving your body first thing in the morning is going to help to restore, again, those natural circadian rhythm and natural cortisol patterns. And so I'm going to go ahead and jump into number two, which is related to number one, or you could do these two things together, is you want to get outside and get sunlight for 10 minutes first thing in the morning. Now, this is the same. What we want to do is restore that normal circadian rhythm and normal cortisol pattern. What the heck does sunlight have to do with it? So you have something called the pineal gland in your body, and it can sense light. So when you get exposure to sunlight outside, get sun on your skin, it tells your body it's daytime, it's time to be awake. And then all the chemicals and hormones that are released that cause your body to be awake and have energy during the day, those get kicked into gear by getting that exposure to sunlight first thing in the morning. So if you, like some of my clients, if you live in a very cold climate, maybe it's snowing outside, just different changes, like depending on how north, how far north you live, how far away from the equator you are. Something you can do is use a sunlight lamp. They have those, sometimes they call them sad lamps. If you do live somewhere where it snows and you're stuck inside a lot. And what that is doing is again, stimulating or simulating sunlight so that it does stimulate those release of all those hormones and chemicals to allow your body to be awake during the day and keep that circadian rhythm in a normal pattern. All right. Number three is for sustaining your energy naturally is going to be to eat 20 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I will tell you, of my years of working in, a family, like a doctor's office setting, and then now working with my clients in my virtual practice, far and wide, most women do not eat enough protein. Why is protein important? Well, the reason I'm recommending it here for your energy is it has to do with your blood sugar. Again, what I find is that in my clients, because their circadian rhythm is sometimes off, their cortisol levels are off, their blood sugar is also off. And when we eat protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, when we eat an adequate amount of protein with our meals, it's going to help to stabilize our blood sugar so that our blood sugar is going to gradually go up after we've eaten a meal and then gradually decrease. What we don't want to happen is the blood sugar to go up quickly if we don't eat enough protein or fat, and then go down quickly. That is, you might be feeling crashes in your energy because you're having crashes in your blood sugar. And I know for me, like my body is I'm 38, I'll be 39 soon. My body has changed. I don't necessarily feel low blood sugar like I used to when I was younger. I don't necessarily even feel as hungry. But I wouldn't even have patients like this where they feel the change in their energy. They feel like they can't focus. They feel, changes in their mood, like moods, like hangry is a real thing, right? But you might not recognize that the blood sugar is causing some of those symptoms until you start stabilizing your blood sugar. So 20 to 30 grams of protein at a meal is like around 3 ounces of meat if you were eating meat. I always love to relate because clients will tell me, oh, I eat an egg and like a piece of toast. Well, one egg only has 7 grams of protein, just for context. So really you need to be eating like at least 3 eggs in order to get enough protein. So maybe start paying attention to your nutrition labels a little bit to, get a feeling for how much protein you're actually eating at your meals. All right. Number 4, this one's a tough one. I will say even for me. Number 4 is you want to wait till you have caffeine. If you do drink caffeine, you want to wait to have it until after 10 a.m. What's going on here? Again, this has to do with your circadian rhythm. This has to do with your cortisol levels. So when our body is functioning normally, we're going to have an increase in our cortisol when we wake up, and then it's going to start declining. This should happen about 30 minutes after we wake up. We should see that nice rise in cortisol, and we're supporting that with our 10 minutes of movement when we get out of bed. So that rise in cortisol happens, and then it's going to decline and then slowly decline throughout the day. What will happen is if we delay having caffeine till let's say around 10 a.m., it could be 9 a.m. Maybe if you're somebody who wakes up really, really early. But what that's doing is giving you that effect of the caffeine to give you a little bit of boost, improve your focus, things like that. It's going to help you and give you that more sustainable energy through the day and give you that effect that you want from the caffeine, rather than if you're having it at like 5 a.m. If you're having coffee as soon as you get out of bed, you're spiking that cortisol when cortisol is already rising. So again, we want to use maybe movement as soon as you get out of bed and then delay having that caffeine until mid-morning. I will say that's my ritual. I love to have a hot beverage first thing in the morning. So I try to substitute it out for like tea, herbal tea, decaf coffee, hot water with lemon, things like that, so that I'm still having that ritual of drinking something hot, but I'm delaying having that caffeine until later in the morning. All right. And then our tip number 5, which as you can probably guess, has to do again with regulating our cortisol and our circadian rhythm. You want to try to go to bed, like be asleep by 10 p.m. or at least be in bed. And again, that has to do with your body's normal pattern. What can happen is if we are not in bed or asleep by 10 p.m., we want to do something called ride the sleep wave. We want to go to bed then, because if we go past then, what can happen is, have you ever gotten that like second wind? I used to work night shift, and it's like you hit this point where, oh, I feel awake. It's because you've gone past like you're stressing your body by staying up, and you're having a surge and a spike in cortisol levels. So suddenly you're like, I have the second wind. I have all this energy. I'm going to clean the whole house or whatever, whatever you choose to do with that energy. But what you're really doing is, again, spiking that cortisol at a time when we want it to be low. So you really want to go to bed by 10 p.m. if you can. And then, if you need that extra time, like ideally wake up early, which I know some of you are probably hearing that and you're like, oh my God, are you kidding me? But again, it's co-creating with your body and choosing patterns that match how your body is naturally made to function. Okay, so let's sum it up again. So we had our 5 tips were getting up and moving for 10 minutes first thing in the morning, getting 10 minutes of sunlight exposure in the morning, eating between 20 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We had waiting to have our caffeine after 10 a.m. We had going to bed by 10 p.m. And that was our 5. So if you want more tips for boosting your energy in a natural way, you can go to loriaikman.com/energy. I'll put it in the link below. But you can get my Busy Mom's Natural Energy Fix. Excuse me. It's a free video training and cheat sheet. And then I also send you some special bonuses and just resources that are going to help you, again, boost your energy in a natural way. So again, that was loriaikman.com/energy. All right. I'd love to hear which of the 5 tips you're going to start integrating into your life today. You can drop it below in the comments, and also in the comments is a great place to ask any questions that came up for you that I didn't answer in this video.